started this session with grounding us in why Israel matters to each of us. But we know that having that conversation with particularly younger folks is often quite difficult. It is hard to find common ground at times. And certainly for me, I'm not willing to make this the thing that breaks or tears the family apart. We need a different approach, or we need more approaches to how we address difficult conversations that when they're left to simmer may not resolve in ways that we hope or pray for.
First of all, let's just acknowledge that this is really hard. It's really hard, and it's often painful, and it's often deeply personal. And so I want to suggest, first of all, that we often get defensive, and we often, put up barriers, and we want to tell people that are saying things that are difficult for us to internalize that they're wrong or that they don't know what they're talking about. That might not be the best approach.
Take it from me, it's not.
I want to invoke our Jewish tradition that reminds us why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. And I want to suggest that the first thing that we can do, and this is the question that I get asked more than anything else when I visit our congregations, visit our summer camps, conferences, wherever we are, people are really struggling with this. So I want to say, first of all, you know how Zoom sometimes tries to, impersonate real life? So let's try in real life impersonating Zoom. And try and use the mute button and just listen. And just listen to what they're saying. And when you're about to say, well, wait, what about, and the Palestine, and just listen some more. Just listen, right? And that's critically important, right? I had the opportunity to visit some of our summer camps, our URJ summer camps this summer, and sitting around a campfire or at the Chadarochel over a meal, and to say, I'm just here to listen. And some people wouldn't talk to me because I have the term Zionist in my title. And I say, it's impossible. You won't listen to us. And I said, try me. And many of our other faculty, our clergy and our Jewish professionals are saying, we want to hear you because you're literally our family and you're part of our movement and you grew up here, and we need to embrace those people and keep them in our doors, right, and in our movement, and to show them that we deeply care, and we understand that they also deeply care. So that's critically important, is to listen. I then also try not to react to specific issues. Right? Let's not debate whether or not the ceasefire was good, or whether Israel should have gone into Rafah or the Palestine, the West Bank. Let's take a step back. And there are 3 questions that I like to ask, and I want to suggest may be helpful. The first question is, what were some formative moments that led you to believe what you believe? How did you get to where you are today? Tell your story a little bit. Even if they're your own literal children who grew up in your house, right? Where were you influenced? What did you read? What professor did you meet? What, etc. The second question is, what are your fears? What are you deeply worried that is going to happen? Oh, I'm worried about those things too. And the third question is, what are your hopes? What do you want to have happen? We often ask what gives you hope, but I want to ask, what do you hope for? Right? What's your dream? Oh, you want peace. You want a 2-state solution. You want an end to terrorism. We want those things too. Wow. And then the fourth issue is, what actions do we have to take collectively to prevent our fears from coming true and to help achieve our dreams? I think those are, some good suggestions. Hopefully you'll be able to take those and apply them in conversation. And of course, it is not too late to send your teens to Israel this summer. Yalla Israel. Okay, we need hundreds and hundreds of our young people coming and joining us. And of course, our semester at URJ Heller High, please, we will make sure that you have all the information. And I can't thank you enough for being the power, for being the people out in the field making all of these happen. Toda rabah.